currently our biggest video was us talking about Rob O'Neill getting arrested. And
Yeah.
after that happened, I was like, man, he might be like, you guys, I'm not coming on the podcast. I don't like that you put that out there. But he came on and like he was
Well,
able to take the fact that like we gave our honest opinion on that. And
yeah.
I mean, look, if Pete was able to say, I hear where you guys are coming from. I don't agree. Like, dude, I'd have Pete on. Like I said, it's never like a hatred of the guy. I'm just giving
Oh,
my honest opinion. And if he can't take the fact that like we broke balls and Jack said like I think everyone I interviewed for this book is more qualified than Pete X said, it's not hatred or it like people break my balls all the time and you too.
and
And it's
if you're
yeah,
from the if Pete, if you're truly are a soldier first kind of guy, you get that because that's
yeah.
what we do in the team room 24/7 is bust each other's balls. That's that is why this. Do you not think when me and Boone and Oz and Tig just started talking a few days ago that we didn't immediately start busting each other's balls? We have not talked for years together as a group because of anger. And the first thing I did is I called old. I said, "How?" I like Oz. How old are you now? 80, you old fucker, you old fart. He goes, "Man, you wish you looked this good when you're 80 with your
Is
saggy."
he older than you?
Yeah, he's 50. He's 59. But the
Okay.
first thing that we did is bust each other's balls.
Yeah.
That's what you do. And again, if he couldn't handle that, yeah, how much are you going to put? I wouldn't put money. You'd be putting soldiers first there, brother. But
Yeah.
I would be honest. In my personal opinion, I think he could handle that. I do think that's honestly the kind of person he truly wants to be
And it's
behind the scenes,
and
not
it's
that, not
also
out
part of
front,
being a media
behind
figure. Like, do you think Pete hasn't attacked many people on Fox
the
News? Like, of course. And I'm giving my genuine opinion. I'm not saying it is like a clickbait thing. Like, I genuinely feel he is not the most qualified person. That's my opinion. It doesn't mean he may do a great. He may be the best Secretary of Defense we ever
yes.
have if he's
And
qualified.
maybe that's the
And
new template moving forward. Maybe that
yeah,
sets the standard.
that'd be great. But I'm still always, that's part of having a podcast. You're going to give your takes on things. But actually, to the other part of that question,
Before you, I do want to say because I love that you mentioned Rob. I do want to say about that. That is how you do it. Rob
yeah,
is a man. Rob stood up, and Rob is a friend. And you can say whatever you want about Rob. You guys can go suck a dick. I don't care. But that is how you do it. And that's
yeah,
because Rob isn't insecure. Rob is a true alpha. If you want to say you're an alpha, he is. Rob is somebody, and he's somebody that comes on, he takes his licks, and then he continues to move on. And that's why he has been successful at whatever he's done, and he doesn't let the attacks get to him. And that says a lot about his character. Rob did it the right way. And I'm going to give him kudos for that, for coming on the show and him and me even scolding him a little bit. And he's like, dude, I know. But also me also saying the reason I'm scolding is because you are the best out there of all of us. You are the face of all of us out there. Now it's Sean, right? That's probably Sean, Rob. I have to say it's probably Sean now. But that being said, you've got to hold yourself even to a higher standard. And what did he say? I know. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yep.
yeah.
That
And he hasn't been in trouble since, other
well,
than
and
for making
that says a
tweets that
lot
piss
for
people off. But who
yeah,
cares?
and well, that's because Rob is a man, and that's
Yeah,
what period. I just want to put that out because that is a perfect example of how things should be handled in this social media world. He did it correctly. He's in the minority. That's generally not how it's handled. And if you want to see an example, that's how you do it.
yeah,
Exactly. And listen to the episode that we had him on. That's how you handle it. And
yeah.
I love him for it. It made me even be a better friend with him, just watching that and more respect for him just with that than him being part of what he did downrange, which was remarkable in its own right. That made me, I think of him even higher. So I just want to
I
put that out
agree.
because it
I
is.
agree. He's a good guy, and from like the moment I met him, I always thought he was a really great guy. And
He's good, dude.
that,
He's fucking hilarious, too. He's funny.
yeah,
Yeah. Right.
yeah, he definitely is. He's a big personality, and truthfully, I will say, I think that's why he gets attacked so much is because he's not the silent professional, and some people don't like that, and that's okay. He'll live with that if you don't like that.
That's yeah, that's your personality. But you're right. I think as we all get older, just like myself, just like Oz, Boone's always been quiet. You do start to family and because he just had, he's got his
yeah,
girl
yeah,
too, his baby that's now I think one or two. I mean, family starts to kick in just like me. you want to be quieter. You want the quiet life now. You're not that boisterous. You don't want that. I
To
don't
some
want.
extent, he'll still run his mouth on
That's
Twitter,
all right. Well,
on
that's
X.
his him. Just like Tig will fire back,
Yeah,
fires off the bow before really starting to think about what he's actually needs to be saying. But that's Tig,
yeah,
and I love and I'll always back him for that because that's just how he is,
for
personality.
sure. Thanks for checking out Battle Line Podcast. This is just a smaller clip from our latest episode, which you can check out in its entirety by clicking here. While you're watching, be sure to hit the subscribe button and thumbs up the video to show your support. Now, if you'd really like to help us out, click the thanks button below to make a donation. It goes directly to us in keeping Battle Line Podcast going.